The mission of a local nonprofit is to provide leadership, direction, and integrated resource management for quality services that support our vision of success for children. Coming up on Polk Place, we will talk about the importance of quality learning. Make sure you stick around. Welcome to Polk Place. I'm your host, Tina Mann, and joining me in the studio today are Melissa Carballo, Quality Specialist with the Early Learning Coalition, and also Kim Anderson, who's also a Quality Specialist with the Early Learning Coalition. So I always like to begin by just getting a brief overview of the Early Learning Coalition and what they do.
The Early Learning Coalition is a nonprofit organization that serves 12,000 children throughout Polk County. We offer services through school readiness, or SR, and VPK, which is voluntary pre-kindergarten. We provide services for subsidized services for parents who might not be able to afford childcare. It is based on their income and also based on their family size. They are able to go to work, and their children are allowed to be part of a quality child care center that is contracted with us while they're at work.
And you guys do a great service, because a lot of the time when you start looking into daycares and you see how costly it is, and people are having to make the decision between putting their child in care or trying to find other means, but you make that affordable, but you also provide so much more, because you guys are in there providing the curriculum, you're providing the overall supervision of these centers to make sure that these parents are safe and they know what they're doing. I know you mentioned earlier the school readiness program. Do you want to speak a little bit more to that?
Yes, we do service over 300 providers in Polk County, and we have a variety of centers that we go into. So we have family daycare homes, which they run their sites through their home, and then we also have private care sites that we visit. We have sites that are in private schools, and also family-based sites that are either within the church or they're affiliated with the church some way.
Excellent. So I'm curious, you guys haven't been on the program before. I usually talk with Early Learning Coalition, but you guys are quality specialists. So what does that mean?
So we do visit our sites on a regular basis, and when we go in, we basically mentor them through training, or we model for them. Just things that have to do within the classroom, with the teacher and her interactions with the children. We also we use what we call a class tool. It's classroom assessment scoring system that we use, and we go into the classroom and we actually do observations of the teachers. And so this tool is a tool that's based off of teacher-child interaction. That's what it focuses on. And so the tool basically measures their interaction with the children, and so we'll go into the classrooms, we'll do the observation, and then after that we will come back and we will review the scores with the teacher, and we will actually create a QIP, what we call a quality improvement plan, as to what maybe improvements that she might need in regards to teacher-child interactions within the classroom. So this tool is showing what they already do great within their classroom, but it's also going to show what they may need improvement on.
So from an infant toddler standpoint, what types of points are you looking for? What type of curriculum or what type of activities are you looking for?
So when I'm walking into the classroom and I'm looking at an infant toddler room, let's say, I'm looking for a variety of things. I'm looking to health and safety. We're monitoring where the teachers are, how they're placing their children within the crib. So if the child is not able to turn or to roll over, are they placing them on their back? Checking to make sure that there aren't anything that it's placed inside of the crib. So the crib should just have like a fitted, cover on it, but nothing else. No pillows or maybe stuffed animals, things like that. As far as health and safety is concerned. Also, we're looking at things like, is she providing language, for the children. That's very, very important. The fact that infant and toddler teachers should be speaking all the time. You should be like a broadcaster, your news broadcaster, because you should be talking all the time to children. The fact that children use their brains 80% between the ages of infant and 3 years old.
Wow.
There's something that they should be doing constantly. So they're talking about what they're doing. So parallel talk and self-talk, self-talk. Whatever they're doing, I'm picking you up, I'm laying you down on the cot. Whatever they're doing, they should be saying it verbally, describing their actions. The same thing with the children. If they see them doing something, they should be describing their actions.
That makes sense.
So, if the child's trying to pull themselves up, prop themselves up on something, oh, I see that you're trying to pick yourself up. So just constantly talking and describing actions. The importance of reading and literacy, them reading books to the children, things of that nature.
So it sounds to me like you're saying that you guys are the reason that I can have peace of mind when I go into these centers, because you're going in and making sure they're doing the things that they need to do to make sure the kids are safe and taken care of and learning. That's fantastic. I mean, I know it was terrifying to put my kid in a daycare the first time. I did not know what to expect. I didn't know what to look for. So knowing that there's somebody going in behind them and making them accountable is great. So from a VPK standpoint, what are you looking for?
VPK is a little bit different than SR. It's monitored more heavily. It's a lot more black and white. The VPK, which stands for Voluntary Pre-Kindergarten, we use a lot of acronyms, so it's high stakes. So depending on the interactions and are they covering those early education standards, the children, when they leave a VPK program, they are tested in the school system the first 30 days of kindergarten. With those scores, the provider, being private or school system, gets a score based on those scores from the children who went into the school system. A little bit different with the private providers, but they should all have the opportunity to be able to take that test. So with that being said, they are able to, they get a score, and they are either like a higher scoring provider or a lower scoring provider. With those lower scoring providers, we go in and provide, a lot of TA to them, a lot of technical assistance. We do a lot of, same as SR, school readiness, we do a lot of mentoring, we do a lot of coaching. We also go in and make sure that lesson planning is happening. Are they implementing those, age appropriate, developmentally appropriate activities? Are they covering all those domains that they should? The things that they'll see in kindergarten, language, literacy, math, social, emotional, that's huge. That's a big area that gets missed. Are they able to sit at the table? Are they able to have manners? Are they able to sit in circle time and, with their friends? Those kinds of things. So, the teacher really needs to be intentional with the planning for a VPK program, because it is high stakes. So the children learn through play. So, are those children getting those opportunities? Is the teacher facilitating those opportunities? Are they, walking around during that center time where they have that open play time? Are they making those, child to teacher interactions and making them meaningful? So, are they facilitating those activities? Are they giving the children that, time to play? Not only inside, but are they giving them those intentional opportunities outside and making the outside just as, inviting and, creative, those kinds of things? Are they doing that as well?
People underestimate how much creative learning really just sticks with them. Mm-hmm. That if you make it too institutional, that it's just going to go in one ear and out the other. But if you can engage them and bring them into the process and appeal to all the different types of learners, the visual learners and the verbal learners and all that, and you have that variety, it really does help. And I know that you guys come in a lot of the time and talk about how important, these things are this in your early development and what you guys are doing. So it's fantastic that you are there as kind of the, supervisors to make sure that, when a parent walks into a daycare, they can rest assured that, people are looking out for their kid and that they're safe. So, you guys are doing an amazing job.
We, as quality specialists, have to meet the provider where they are. Being a home, being a child care center, we have to meet them where they are. We could be dealing with owners, we could be dealing with teachers, we could be dealing just with the director. Every situation is different, but what are their needs? We have to first and foremost, we have to build that rapport.
Right.
That foundation is so important. Once you have that rapport, the reception opens up. So they're receptive to any of your ideas, even if they don't, particularly care for them. They are able to, open their minds up and know that, we're there for a good reason. We're there to support them. That's what we are. We're there as a resource, any kind of resource. You need me to get on the floor and role model, with infant and Todd. Do you need me to do to show you appropriate, child-teacher interactions in a VPK classroom, and anything in between. So, once we build that rapport, they usually reach out to us and they say, okay, I kind of need help in this area. Can you help with this? We
good.
pull resources. We even, we do one-on-one coaching with them. We do a lot of the class modeling for them, as Melissa spoke about. So, we try to meet them where they are and build them, as much as possible.
Yeah.
And some need it more than others, and some, might not need it as much. And it's also what they want. So you have your needs and your wants, but are we covering both of them? They
awesome.
might just want us to come in and just do something a little bit extra. And as a quality specialist, that's what our job is. That's our role.
And just to support them and show them that, how valuable their job is. I think that if we just show them that their work really matters and that they're not just taking care of kids, they're not just babysitters, in other words, but
Right.
that the work has value to it.
It absolutely
Yeah,
does.
and so I feel that if we can instill that in our teachers, then we've done our job. And also, me and Kim have also had the opportunity of, our background is, we've come from working centers as preschool teachers, and we've also had the opportunity to also be directors. So I think that's the best opportunity that we can have to build that rapport with them, to let them know that we support them and that we've been in their shoes, so we know what it takes to be a director, and that you are wearing many hats. We know what it takes to be, if you have to be in the kitchen or if
Right.
you're in the classroom. So I feel that we have that opportunity to build that relationship that we need first and foremost before we can actually start training them or modeling for them or providing that TA that they need.
That's awesome. Well, you guys are doing a wonderful job, and I thank you guys so much for coming out today.
Thank you.
Early Learning Coalition of Polk County wants you to know that the quality of early education and care significantly influences academic and social development. Children who are at risk for school failure are more strongly influenced by the quality of preschool. Research shows that 3- and 4-year-olds who attend a high-quality preschool are more successful in kindergarten and beyond. The Early Learning Coalition can help navigate you through this important process and give you tips on what to look for. For more information, give them a call at 863-733-9064 or look them up on the web at www.elcpolk.org.